Hello and welcome. My name is JD Waybill, and I am here to welcome you to Linn County 4-H. We are so excited to have you. So just so you know, there are going to be some of you that have no idea what 4-H is, and this is going to be your first time experiencing 4-H. There's going to be others that somebody that you may know may have 4-H experience and be a 4-H family, or you may come from a 4-H family but are brand new to Linn County 4-H. So this presentation is for all of you and whoever else may be wanting to learn more about being a Linn County 4-H'er. So we're going to start off with some terminology. The terms, there's lots of terms in 4-H. These are the basic ones to get you started. So we'll start at the top and work our way through. If throughout this presentation you have any questions at all, please give the extension office a call. The phone number is 319-377-9839. Give us a call and we will do our best to answer any question that you have. You can also send us an email or comment on the Linn County 4-H Facebook page and let us know what questions you have. So let's get started. The first term we have is club leader. A club leader is the main leader in the 4-H club, and they handle the overall organization of the club and is a great resource for information. So a lot of you have already joined a 4-H club, which is awesome. If you haven't, let us know and we can help you get started in a 4-H club that works for you. So that club leader is going to be that go-to person for you, and they're going to be a great resource. And then you have club officers. So officers is a youth position that are elected yearly. They provide leadership in the club and help plan and conduct meetings. So these would be our president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and other officer positions as determined by the club. Every club operates a little bit differently, but almost all of our clubs have club officers. So next up, we have Youth Council. Youth Council is a secondary club that youth in 9th through 12th grade can join. They have a focus on community service and providing leadership to younger 4-H members. So they're a high school group of 4-H'ers in Linn County, and they get together and have monthly meetings and do some amazing things. So if you have a 4-H'er that's in high school or is going to be in high school, watch out for Youth Council, and these are some great bunch of 4-H'ers. So if you have questions, they are also a great go-to person to ask. Then we have Youth Programs Committee. Youth Programs Committee is a group of volunteers that oversees Linn County 4-H and helps financially support Linn County 4-H. So, Youth Programs Committee is our adult volunteers that kind of help give us some guidance and help support the program financially. Then we have our Livestock Committee. So, a Livestock Committee is a group of volunteers who oversee and are experts in a specific animal area. So, as the CYC, I am not an expert in all of our animal areas, which is why we have livestock committees. So they help us get that knowledge and that expertise, and they are a great resource. So if you want to learn more about an animal area, let us know and we'll get you connected with the right livestock committee. Then we have CYC, which is County Youth Coordinator, and this is the person who oversees Linn County 4-H. So that is my position, and I am here to help and answer any questions that you may have. So we are really excited to have you here. And then we also have a CYO, which is our County Youth Outreach Educator. This is the person who provides 4-H programming in the community and helps us lead LEGO Leagues. So LEGO Leagues is another type of 4-H club that we have here in Linn County, and we're very excited that we have a County Youth Outreach Educator as they provide programming that is open to the public in the Linn County area. All right, so we're going to keep on going with some terms. The next set of terms starts with 4-H Online. So 4-H Online is a database where you register to be in 4-H. We also utilize this for newsletters and mass Linn County 4-H communication. We're going to cover this more in depth, but it is an online web page that we use quite heavily in the 4-H program. All right, then we have Project Area. So Project Area is woodworking, photography, food and nutrition, beef, poultry. All of those are project areas, and they are worked on for the entire year. Many exhibits or things that can be done to learn and grow in your project area. So there's lots of things you can do within a project area that are outside of a fair exhibit, which is our next term. So a fair exhibit is an item made or worked on in a specific project area that is taken to county and or state fair. So an exhibit may be you made cookies for the food and nutrition project area. So you bring cookies to county fair, you brought one food and nutrition project area, but also an exhibit. All right, then we have static judging. So if you hear the word static or static exhibit, so these are any exhibit that's not breathing. So our woodworking, our food and nutrition, our photography, these are our non-living exhibits. And static judging day is the day that those exhibits are judged at county fair. So this happens every year, and it's a really fun day to be a part of. All right, then we have May 15th. This is a very important deadline in the 4-H world, and all livestock must be ID'd in 4-H online in order to exhibit at county or state fair by May 15th. You will hear this term a lot because it is a very important deadline. So just remember, May 15th, if it's coming up, you probably, if you had to do anything with livestock, have something that you got to turn in. All right, then we go into YQCA, which stands for Youth for the Quality Care of Animals. It is a required training for all of our livestock exhibitors. So if you're planning on exhibiting livestock at the county fair, you will need to take YQCA. So, and for those of you that may not know, if we say livestock, that is any sort of animal we classify as livestock. So give us a call if you have any questions about it, and we can definitely help you out. And then we have Fair Entry. So Fair Entry is another online database, and it is very user-friendly and utilized to register exhibits for the Linn County Fair. So anything that's coming to the county fair, so that could be a woodworking project or a beef cow, all have to be entered into Fair Entry. As the year goes on, you'll learn more and more about this, so be watching for your Clover Connection, which is the monthly newsletter, and it will have lots and lots of info on this. You may be wondering what project areas there are in 4-H and what can you do with 4-H? That's a great question. If you Google search Iowa 4-H projects or project area, anything like that, you will come up to this page. So 4-H youth development, it's under project areas, and then we have this page. This gives you a big overview of all the different project areas that we have in Linn County 4-H. So you can see here that we have photography, visual arts, music, but we also have horticulture, outdoor adventures, shooting sports, wildlife, home improvement, health, leadership, mechanics and woodworking, tractors. We also have all of our livestock areas. So what you can do on this page, and this is a great resource if you're just looking to see what is out there. If we click on, we're going to do visual arts, so if we click on visual arts, it takes us to our visual arts page. So on here you can scroll through and see different things, ideas for project area learning, things to share with others, so communication, civic engagement ideas, leadership ideas, and some exhibit ideas. Here at the bottom, there are resources that are available. So we have the color wheel, we have curriculum that you can look at. We also have design and elements of art principles. There's also other resources to great other organizations or websites that are available to learn more about the visual arts project area. The thing I want to point your eye to over here is these are some of the state events that are happening, but also right here we have the exhibit tip sheet, record keeping forms, and a project hot sheet. So if we click on the project hot sheet, it takes us to the extension store, which houses all of these. They're free to download, so you just click download and you can open it up. And on our hot sheet, as it loads, you can see just some information on how to step it up. So it has that communication. If you're a first year member, what should you be doing in the visual arts area if you're interested in exploring it? That second year and that third year, what should you be working towards? And then take visual arts further. Some ideas, and then also this gives you a list of exhibit ideas. So these, we're going to go back to our visual arts page, and then our project list area for all of our 4-H project areas. Great place to start if you're just interested in figuring out what on earth can I do in 4-H. Well, this is a perfect place to start. You have no idea what to do, but you know that your child is interested in food and nutrition. So we click on it. And in here you can see all of the different things that you can do with food and nutrition and the different ways to take it. So be sure to check that page out. This up here you can see the URL link if you are interested in going to this page. So it's www.extension.iastate.edu/4 link.4h/projects-list. So let us know if you have any questions or want to learn more about a specific project area. So if you have any questions over terminology or you hear other terms that you're not sure about, ask your club leader, ask other 4-Hers and 4-H families, or give us a call here at the office and we can also help you out. So next we have grade groups. So in 4-H we break our youth up into different groups. So if you start 4-H in kindergarten or 3rd grade, you are classified as a Clover kid. Alright, so then you move up, and 4th grade to 6th graders are junior members or juniors, and 7th through 8th graders are intermediate members, and 9th through 12th grade is our senior members. It can get really fun when you have a 9th grader who all of a sudden says, I'm a senior member, or things like that. So just be prepared when they get into high school that they are now seniors in our 4-H terminology. Alright, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Alright, so next we're going to go into our website. So I'm going to exit off of our PowerPoint and switch over to a website. Up on the screen you'll see the link to the URL and what we're going to cover in that. So stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. So on the screen now you see my Google Chrome page of the Linn County Iowa State University Extension and Outreach Office website. So you see the URL up in the top, right up here for you. So if you ever need to get to us, this is the perfect place to start. So then on this homepage you'll see a lot of information. This is where we post up a lot of different things. So if you're ever looking for different things in Extension, this is a great go-to place. You can see all of our different programs are highlighted here. So we're in the 4-H program, so we're going to click on the Clover. Alright, and the Clover takes us to this place with lots of other Clovers. So the things that I want to highlight here are 4-H events. So if we click on this, it shows you all of the events that we have coming up. So we have this nifty little graphic here that gives you a spreadsheet of what's coming up this year. And if you go to register for something, so many of you registered for the new 4-H member welcome night. So what you would have done is click here for more details. This gives you the flyer for that event. If we click back, I'm going to click on a different one that's still coming up. And if you click on the name, it's loading. It will take you to our registration page. So once you register, this is how we know to email you if there's a cancellation like we had for this one, or if there is any changes, and also get you on our reminder list. So make sure if you're registering for an event, this is a great place to go and see what is happening. So I'm going back to this main page. Our Clover Connection right here. So the January one was just put out, so if you click on this, it'll pull up our January Clover Connection. As we post more and more Clover Connections every month, you'll be able to see them up on this website. When it gets closer to fair information is a great source. You have YQCA information, we have different program information. This is where you'll find a link to fair books, and any sorts of documents that you may need for county fair can also be found on this page. Alright, new enrollment, join 4-H. So you might be wondering, how do we join 4-H? This is a good place to go. You can also give us a call, and we are welcome and excited to help you out. So this is a great resource for information. Check out, click on it into all these. It will show you all of the different things that we have going on in Linn County. You can see over here is our contact info. If you need any questions, don't be afraid, give us a call. Our number's right here, 319-377-9839. Alright, next we're going to go into 4-H Online. So I'm going to pull up that web page so that you guys can see it. Alright, so when you're in 4-H Online, you will see something very similar to this. This is exactly what you will see. So if you haven't set up a profile yet, you will say, I need to set up a profile. If you have, log in, and if you forget your password, right there is how you do it. So once we click log in, if you're not a club leader, you won't see this. This section, I'm logging into a club leader's profile, so you won't see that. So then you'll be able to find the newsletter. It will be posted here. And if you click continue to family, you will be able to see everything that you have registered for your youth. So all the kids and adults that are registered, that's where you find that info. It's important that everybody's in 4-H online, as this keeps us from having you guys have to fill out health forms every single time. We just run a report, so it makes it really easy. This is also how we communicate with you. So if you are not in 4-H online, you're not going to get communication from us, and we don't want that to happen. So we send emails from 4-H online, we post up our newsletters in 4-H online, so it's a very important place to make sure that you're registered. If you have any questions or need any help, let us know. The URL to get to 4-H online is iowa.4honline.com. So you go there and it takes you right to where you need to log in. Another reminder before we continue on, remember, this is how we will communicate with you. So whatever emails, physical addresses, phone numbers, this is how we find that info. So make sure that it's correct, and if you decide to move, make sure you update your address in 4-H online as well. All right, we will keep going. So in 4-H, obviously, we have a 4-H pledge. This is something that is recited at every 4-H meeting that you will go to. So it's something that you will eventually memorize. When I first started in 4-H many years ago, I looked at my mom and told her I will never memorize that. We only say it once a month. There's no way I will remember it. Trust me, you will. I can't tell you how it happens, but it does. So right now, we're going to read through the 4-H pledge together. And if you have any questions, let me know. So here we go. I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world. So those are what the 4-H's stand for in 4-H. We got head, heart, health, hands, and health, and that is where our focus is. So we will keep going. Make sure you practice it and see what you got. All right, next we're going to talk to the 4-H parents. So all the parents out there, this part's for you. So you have 4 main roles as a 4-H parent. Your first one is to support your child. So support them in their interests and aspirations. You may not be an expert in everything. We definitely don't expect you to be. Neither are we, but we have the resources to help connect you to things that your child wants to learn. If your child is super passionate about soccer, let them explore soccer, and we can help them do that in the realm of 4-H. If they're super passionate about dance, all right, support them and let them thrive and grow in their dance aspirations. So you support them by helping them. So the main thing we help as a 4-H parent, we ask your help in is help youth understand that it's okay to fail. 4-H gives youth a very safe environment to fail in. So when I was growing up, I failed a lot. We are not all successes right off the get-go. So it's important for youth to understand that not everyone goes to the state fair and not everyone gets a blue ribbon. Sometimes that can be a hard lesson to learn, but it's a very important one. And in 4-H, we help youth learn that in a very safe and comforting environment. We also want 4-H parents to encourage independence and curiosity. So in 4-H, we have a lot of adult volunteers that are background checked, fully trained, and ready to help your youth explore their own independence and who they are outside of the realm of mom and dad. So this is a very important thing, and we just want to make sure that all of our kids get the opportunity to grow and explore who they are and also what they're curious about. This is the biggest one, though. The last one is the absolute biggest part of a 4-H parent's role, and that is to ask questions. There is no such thing as a stupid question, and what I'll say is if you think there is one, I have probably asked it, so you're okay. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It is better to ask questions than live in the unknown. As a 4-H parent, there are going to be things that you have no idea about. When I first started showing, I wanted to show poultry. I was super excited about chickens and wanted to learn all about them. My mom knew nothing about chickens, had no idea where to start or anything. So thankfully, she reached out, she asked questions, and was able to help me grow and learn and explore my poultry interest and enthusiasm I had for chickens so that I could show chickens at county fair. It was an awesome experience, and my mom and I both learned a lot by doing this. All right, so next up, we have the Parents Pledge. Now, parents, this doesn't get recited as often, but I would like if you could recite it with me. I'm going to read through it, and this is something that in 4-H we kind of think is really true. So here we go. I pledge my head to give my child the information I can to help them see things clearly and to make wise decisions. I pledge my heart to encourage and support my child no matter whether they have success or disappointments. I pledge my hands to help my child's club. If I cannot be a volunteer, I can help in many equally important ways. I pledge my health to keep my child strong and well for a better world through 4-H, for my child's club, our community, our country, and our world. It's important to know that 4-H can be very much a family affair. So we want to make sure that our 4-Hers are included, their siblings are included, and that the parents are included as well. In 4-H, you'll hear a lot about goals. You will get tired of hearing us say goal setting, and it's all about the goals, and the goals matter. This is okay, but goals are really important. So it's good to set goals now. Set them at the beginning of the 4-H year. Find a notepad, find something to keep track of them. So write down that goal of your child wanted to learn how to use the oven by the 2019 Linn County Fair. So the key with goals is we want them to be SMART goals. So SMART is an acronym that we use. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So some of these can be a little harder than others depending on what age of youth you're working with. So I want to go to the moon by the 2019 Linn County Fair and take a picture of the Earth. All right, is that realistic? Is it attainable? It's specific, it's measurable, and it's time-bound, but we're missing that A and R of attainable and realistic. So on the right-hand side, you'll see 3 goals that are pretty good goals, and they're on varying levels. So I want to learn how to use the oven by a 2019 Linn County Fair. That is a great junior level goal. It's a great just starting goal. So then I want to take at least 3 blue ribbon quality macro photographs and exhibit them at the Linn County Fair. Macro, for those of you that don't know, is a photography term. So this would be a great secondary level goal for a 4-H'er to have. This last one is our senior level goal, and it would be I want to learn how different stains look on a piece of plywood and be able to determine which would look best on my bedroom headboard. The only thing that's missing from this last one is it's not really time bound. So by when do we want to do this? So adding by the Linn County Fair would be a great goal, or by the time my mom gets home from school. That's also another great goal. Whatever this looks like for you, but goals are really important, and they're how we teach youth to measure success. And if the youth get started setting goals young, that helps them in their adult future. Speaking of goals, record keeping. So some of you may or may not have heard of a thing called record books. Record books are something that is due at the end of the 4-H year, and we encourage all 4-Hers to submit one, and they can receive an award depending on the quality of their record book. You will receive way more information on this at a later date. Do not stress, they will be okay. But record keeping is a lifelong skill that is extremely valuable for youth to learn, and that's why record keeping is an important part of 4-H. So record books are turned into leaders in September and provide youth with a place to keep track of their growth and accomplishments throughout their 4-H career in various project areas. If you have questions on record books, let us know. We can help you out. Your leaders are also a great resource for record books. All right. We are almost done. Next, we have our opportunities for 4-Hers. So we're going to go through and go to all the different levels that 4-H can take you and just highlight a couple of the opportunities. So locally, your clubs determine what they would like to do. So every club has a focus area in whatever the youth at that time are interested in. So these can change drastically from year to year, but are determined at the local club level. So then in the county, so in Linn County, we have Legislative Day, which is an opportunity for youth to visit the Iowa Capitol building or go on other legislative type trips to learn more about Iowa legislature. We have outdoor adventure camps, which is our junior camp for our junior 4-H members, where they get to learn a little bit about outdoor adventure and have fun with other 4-Hers their age. Our extreme outdoor adventure camp is for our intermediate and senior members to experience a higher level version of the junior outdoor adventure camp. We're super excited about them, so we hope to see you guys there. We also have workshops that happen throughout the year and are on various topics. So make sure to watch our Facebook page, which is Linn County 4-H at Facebook. So watch us on there, and then also watch your emails in that Clover Connection monthly newsletter. We have fun nights and community service that we also plan, and so much more. Every year we're coming up with new ideas of things to do as the 4-Hers in our community shift their interest in what they want to do. Statewide, at the state level, they also offer workshops for 4-Hers, so the youth will get the opportunity to interact with 4-Hers from across Iowa. Same at their camps. They have some clubs available at the state level as well, and some scholarships. So in 4-H, you can actually get scholarships for college and other activities as well. So be sure to be looking for those. One big state event that happens every year is State Youth Conference. This is for our finished 8th grade through our 12th grade youth. They can go to Iowa State University and spend 3 days and 2 nights having a blast, learning, dancing the night away, and meeting people from all over the state of Iowa. So then at the national level, we have the Citizenship Washington Focus Trip, CWF, where 4-Hers are welcome to go with other Iowa 4-Hers to Washington, D.C. Spend a week there learning and having fun and meeting 4-Hers from all over the nation. There's also national 4-H clubs. They host workshops as well, and they also have scholarships. So be on the lookout for these and more information to come. We are coming up with new opportunities every year. Finally, we're going to touch on livestock just a little bit and animals. You do not have to own an animal to be in 4-H. You do not have to live on a farm to be in 4-H, but some do, so we want to make sure that we touch on it. That way you get some entry-level information. So basically, here's what you need to know if you are interested in showing livestock. Watch out for deadlines. Almost all species have some sort of deadline, including, but not limited to, the May 15th deadline. There are weigh-ins, there could be mandatory workshops, which is the next one. Lots of our livestock areas have workshops that they host where youth are able to learn about showing or feeding or breed-specific activities. So watch out for those. Lots of our livestock areas also have Facebook groups. So if that's what you would like to get on, let us know what groups and we can get you added on to those pages so you can start interacting with our leaders. All of our livestock project areas have a committee. So this is a group of adult volunteers that are experts in whichever livestock field they are chairing or a committee member of. And then YQCA. There is a list of animals that we have available here for you at the Extension Office. Of those that are required in order to exhibit at County Fair, you have to take YQCA. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but general rule of thumb, if you can eat it at all, in any case, you got to take YQCA. So when in doubt, take it. If you have any questions, let us know here at the Extension Office. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Please let us know if you have questions. Thank you so much for watching.